Hey guys, welcome. Game 3 of How to Climb Out of Silver, playing Lee Sin in the jungle. Now, Trinimir just said he spawns in at 1 minute, so we can see here, hopefully he comes into the game, and we've got ourselves a game and not a remake. Now, looking at their team comp quickly, and then we'll go into runes, we can see that Darius, Trin, that's a hard matchup. Lee, Kha'Zix actually counters me for most of the game until I hit level 6, then I can just disengage. Galio Ari, again, it's a tough one for Ari, and then bot lane is probably my best chance to get ahead of a lane, but also Trin potentially because he does have Ignite. So I'm going to do a level 3 rush clear on Lee Sin, looking to gank top at around 3 minutes. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm playing Lee Sin into a pretty big CC team comp. So I've gone the standard Lee rune page, but I've adapted a little bit. Now, Lee Sin used to always be either Electrocute or Dark Harvest, but because of Conqueror's strength and it just allows him to scale a bit more into the mid and late game, I've gone Conqueror this game, and it's kind of the meta for Lee Sin right now due to the adaptive stacks you get. I've gone Triumph secondary just for those, reset healths when you get a kill, assist. And now I've gone Tenacity. Now that's mainly for their high CC comp. They've got a lot of slows, a lot of taunts, which is really good for that. And I've gone Coup de Grace as usual. And then Nimbus Cloak for my smite, so you gain that burst of movement speed. Also when you flash, really nice on Lee Sin to kind of flash, get that movement speed, and then do kicks, which is a bit easier than ward hopping if you're not too comfortable with ward hopping. And then water walking, so I can help contest objectives, contest scuttle, and when I'm in the in the river, I can help gank my teammates more. Then for runes, I've gone the 10% attack speed and adaptive force. You can go double adaptive force here, but because I went tenacity here instead of alacrity, I've decided to go the 10% attack speed here and then armor runes. So yeah, those are the runes for this game, and I hope you enjoy it. And I use W to start as it's just a much more efficient rune than starting Q. You actually save a lot more health. And notice how I'm just kiting, trading 1-for-1 auto attacks with the Gromp for its first 5 attacks. And I'm pulling it to where I want to go. Notice that. So trading 2 auto attacks for 1. There we go. So I'm going to do Wolves as well, get level 3, so then just in case Kha'Zix does invade. Notice because I've gone Hunter's Machete, and this is with any jungler, if you go Hunter's Machete, aim the small camps first, of course, on your first clear. So the good thing is Darius is pushing in, so it should be prime gank time, and bot lane is pushing in, so it means if I started red, I wouldn't have been able to get my gank off. Now, I am going to be cautious of Kha'Zix here, so what I'm going to do is drag this over. Notice getting the in position. And then pinging on my way. I don't have a ward because I used my ward earlier here. However, there's a massive creep wave, so I don't want to have to force Tryndamere into a fight here. And again, I might just let him actually farm this. See if I can do anything here. But no, nothing's on. There we go. I'm going to give it to Trin because I want Trin to get ahead here. And really good. So we can see that immediately Kha'Zix is bot side, meaning he probably started his blue buff. And that's a shame. That's really well played by their bot lane. And so they get a 2 for none, while I only get a 1 for none, which isn't ideal. But hopefully I can at least get something out of Kha'Zix's jungle. So yes, he did start top side. So I'm just going to take his Gromp on spawn. Notice we're both level 4. And get... I might actually get skirmishes just so I can deal with Kha'Zix a tiny bit better than what I'd normally be able to do. And now I'm going to check Dragon, because if Kha'Zix hasn't already started it yet, he's notorious for trying to do Dragon early. And this Nord has to be careful. You can tell Galio's warded somewhere around here. And because bot has pressure, I need to be really careful if I do see Kha'Zix here. I might even just have to give the Dragon depending on his health. Only if he's there though, which he is. And yeah. There we go. So at least we get the kill. Not the most ideal, and I did know Kha'Zix was there, but you know, with that play, I'm actually lucky to have gotten out with my life. Really silly by bot lane. I'm gonna try and cancel some backs here. Notice, see, I'm just wasting time. And now I'm gonna try and cancel Galio's back again. There we go. Oh, Ahri's not even pushing. So I was doing that with the intention that Ahri would actually push and get a plate. I guess she didn't have the same idea. Oops. Oh, and we've got the Are You Retarded. That's beautiful. So I'm not going to mute chat because it's not directed at me and it's not tilting me. But, you know, if you do get tilted by stuff like that, I'd just mute chat straight away. Really a shame. So that's a real problem that a lot of mid laners don't understand, is that if your lane roams, you really have two options. It's not a chance to get a perfect back retimer. It's actually a chance to either push in, get a plating, or match their roam and counter gank. Now, what Ahri did was basically let Galio get away with A, ulting me to Dragon Pit, allowing Kha'Zix to almost get away, and then B, allowing Galio to then gank bot lane, get a kill for free without Ahri even punishing him at all. And now top isn't actually looking like a gank, but because we have prio top, I might be able to ping, especially if I see Kha'Zix somewhere else, I might be able to ping a call here. But Kha'Zix could again even be soloing this. So look how I'm not actually going to match Kha'Zix. I'm actually coming up here to do a counter gank. Nothing on. So I'm going to walk back away. Notice how I'm still here. So can't get that one. Kha'Zix is there. Basically what this means is I can probably get a free Rift Herald. So notice how I saw Kha'Zix bot side. So instead of trying to go over there, now I'm on vision. So I'm going to have to give up this Rift, which is really annoying. But at least Tryndamere is getting turrets here. And I'm probably going to lose my top side jungle. I mean my bot side jungle. But it's something you just got to do. It's not always going to work out. And you just got to know when to kind of let go of something that's just not going to happen. Get my warriors. Obviously trying to time your backs so that you can get your items completed and hit your power spikes. Now, Kha'Zix is probably going to go for this next dragon, so because bot's always pushed in, maybe I'll look for a gank here, try and get a gank off just as dragon spawns, and hopefully we can then translate that into the next dragon. Now, I could go Rift, and Kha'Zix could be doing Rift here, but I'm making a risk and an assumption that if I go here, use the blasting cone, and they're backing, so that's really bad by them. And now they have full vision of us. And so, really bad play there by us. We really shouldn't have forced that because their bot lane kind of had us covered. And yeah, they didn't rotate, but it was actually our bad. So there we go. We lose Dragon. I probably shouldn't have actually gone there in hindsight, given just how far behind our bot lane is. But hopefully I can at least maybe get Rift off this. But I'm not, you know, guaranteeing that. Now, I might come round for a gank on Darius, but he's going to be backed. So again, I'm going to look for this. Putting a ward here now, so that I have an escape route, as Kha'Zix is ahead of me. So this early game really hasn't gone to plan. We still have a chance of coming back, but it's not looking good at the moment. But I'm not going to give up. We still have Tryndamere potentially as a split push win con. And I have gotten this. And I'm just trying to get out here. So flash for Rift, definitely not worth. But, I mean, I cannot duel that Kha'Zix at the moment. So I'm just going to take that. And hopefully be able to use this Rift Herald somewhere, ideally in the next minute, so that we can get some platings. So I don't want to use it top because I'm only going to get one plating, but the first turret gold will be really good. So I'm going to look to come here. Hopefully if we can get something here. Ahri's kind of inting. Push. Hopefully she pushes. And then I'm just using it to get the plates. Hopefully Ahri will stay there for the local gold. And so all we did there, or all I wanted to do was get the platings. And ideally she's got to care because Kha'Zix is alive. Bot lane's losing. I've tried to help them. My top jungle is gone, so I'm going to have to watch out here. There we go. So we could have killed that if Ahri wanted to. The good thing is we at least get we get the 3 for 2 here, which isn't bad. Not the best, but at least Tryndamere does get my red buff, which I think I ended up losing there. So the Kha'Zix is playing to his strengths, which is very clever of him. I mean, I can only really fight him when my ult's up, and even then, it's not the best fight. So I can come over here, and notice how I'm not showing. I'm letting Ahri get this, and then I'll come over and help if we need to. However, Tryndamere needs to back here. Again, Kha'Zix taking my whole jungle, which isn't good, but because we don't have prio bot lane, I kind of have to give that. No. Oh, shit. So really well played. And that could be next dragon, actually. So well played by Ahri. Now look how I'm trying to secure vision. So I'm not just getting vision here. Now again, I wasn't trying to steal that. Making sure Tryndamere can get out. And now we do this. And again, we got it back. Because Kha'Zix is here. We don't win that 2v2. And Galio's also missed, meaning he can probably just ult us. Now again, this isn't ideal because Jhin and... I'll give that to Trynd. Okay. This isn't ideal, and Ahri has become maybe a win con. But because she's versing a Galio, it's just very hard for her to actually win that in a 1v1. So I'm going to rotate with this Ahri. Hopefully we can do something here. Hopefully we're not on vision. But also we know that Galio is going to be roaming here. And yeah, it seems we have been caught on vision somewhere. And ideally, if we can kill Kha'Zix, that's when I can do Rift. That's pretty much the identifying factor for me being able to do Rift Herald. I'm rotating here, so we may be able to do something, but I mean, Naught's just dying straight away almost. There we go, so protect the team. All very nice. Suggest that these two just leave. So we lose Rift for this, which is not good. But Ari hopefully can just get out. Hopefully we can at least trade bot turret for Rift Herald. Which, you know, isn't ideal, but because I definitely could never have got there in that time, I'm just going to go look to kill this Galio. Shame I missed that. Again, telling him to get out because we don't win these. I'm going to put a ward there just so I can jump if I need to. So notice how I'm just trying to kill the Rift Herald, not trying to actually engage there. Because if they get another charge off, that's when it becomes a problem. Again, we probably can't contest. So we can never contest objectives unless we get a kill, ideally on Kha'Zix. That's kind of our win con kill in order to actually contest objectives. Just because their team fight is so much stronger, we ideally either need Tryndamere to be split pushing properly. And also my team isn't actually looking for drag prio. So like, if your Ari's going up top lane with 22 seconds left for Dragon, there's no real opportunity for you to actually go for that drag. Again, she's realized, but it's kind of like a little too late. Naught's backing. No one's really in position here. They're going to get caught. And maybe we might be able to sneak this. So good, really good win con here. Ari's actually... So really done by me. I did not think he had the damage there. So I'm sitting on 4k gold, which is way too much. I'm going to go Black Cleaver. Because I think that's a good purchase. I'm also going to go I'm going to go Edge of Night here. As I think that's actually going to be really good. Just so I can counter or dodge at least one spell before I die. So, I mean, MF in these situations, she should know that she shouldn't be taking red buff. Because she really doesn't have actually a hope at the moment in terms of carrying. But I'm going to leave it to her. So we're actually splitting the map really well because of this trend. And that's why you kind of never give up. Although I got out jungled, particularly in the early game. It's natural. Kha'Zix versus Lee Sin, it's not a winning matchup. And I obviously let them get a dragon that they definitely shouldn't have gotten. But as long as we can ideally get the next one at least. Just pushing this in. So we have drag prio. And ideally we don't want deaths like that happening before dragons spawning. So yeah, That's probably GG. We really needed Trin not to get caught there. Probably me to ideally stay alive. And then the drag start there was really bad. So now they've got the Ocean win con. They've also got Baron here. And, you know, we couldn't do much there. Like, I guess I couldn't do much there because Trin got caught out. But I guess what I could have done is actually helped path him out and then protect him from the flash over. But I still don't think I would have been able to save his life. It's a bit of a shame because I've actually had more influence in terms of kill participation than this Kha'Zix. So I'm actually quite happy with how I played my early game, even though I did miss that Dragon Smite, which might actually cost us the game. I'm actually quite happy with how I played as Lee Sin into Kha'Zix. But I'm not going to give up yet. They've obviously got Baron, but we just need a turtle, wait for Baron to come off. And I guess this is the mental attitude or something good to see that, you know, even when you're losing the game, it's still important to just, I guess, focus on the next win con, which is, you know, stall out Baron, just push out side waves. Push out side waves and hopefully they won't get our tier 2s. Now, we don't want to fight here. So again, MF just wasting her ult. So, like, yeah, if you don't want to fight, you just should never really be in a position. So Trin's at least coming behind us, so we might be able to get something here. But because none of us actually have healing reduction, they've got Ocean Drag. He's got to get out. We can't actually help. See, so Ahri literally died for no reason there. We were going to lose our tier 2 no matter what. But all she had to do really was just sit behind and just accept that we weren't going to defend tier 2. And again, we got to give this pretty much now because Ahri's dead. Yeah. So, can't do much about that one. That's a GG. Bit of a shame that we didn't really play to our Trind, who was our win con. We just couldn't really survive or be bothered to wait off the Baron buff, which is really actually a typical thing in solo queue you'll find. If the enemy gets Baron buff, your team, or like, you know, the enemy team, if you're the ones that get Baron buff, feel like they need to do something. But all you actually need to do is just stall out the game and try and stop this from happening, I guess. Because now they don't even have Baron buff, but because we forced or kept forcing fights where, you know, Ahri got caught out or someone else got caught out, it just means that they now get the win con, which for them was to group and push. So yeah, GG, well played. A good one. I think I am going to upload this one because we did learn a bit. I also showed you how to kind of play a little bit from behind. So how to take dragons when you're behind, how to give up ground when you're behind. So I think that's really important, knowing what you can take and what you can't take when playing from behind. I guess that's kind of tempo setting, like setting a different tempo when you're behind. When you know you're playing from behind, take what you can, but make sure you don't get over greedy and try and take too much. So I'm going to give that to Trind. And, you know, kind of once they got that Ocean Drag, which was, again, partially my fault. Obviously, we didn't have the best bot lane, and we didn't really have any win cons in our lanes besides Tryndamere. Obviously, we could see that the Senna, Jhin, popped our bot lane, and then the Kha'Zix counters me naturally, and then also the Galio counters Ahri. Obviously, damage chart's really low. I did barely any damage because I didn't really get an opportunity to. But I thought that was a good game. Anyway, I think I played well. I think it's a good one, yeah, to showcase how you can play from behind. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learnt something. Don't blind pick Lee Sin is probably the #1 lesson here. But anyway, good luck on the Rift, guys, and I hope to see you soon.